still a 90-degree angle. We're looking for that little box to sit in the front here. Okay? And again, there's your guide. Just cut past that. Okay, half of that, half of our next one. So we're really following the head shape on this one. So you do move around the head for this haircut. You're not going to stay stationary in one place. So again, if you want to check, that should be the angle you're using. That should be the way the hair's coming up. Follow that up. Make sure it's combed through at the root. So what we could do is, if all the hair was standing up, straight, hair sprayed straight up from the head, you would get this. Okay? So part of my guide.
Is that how you cut a mohawk?
Yeah. So again, 90 degrees. So what we're doing is we're cutting any corners off that we've created from our square layer today. So some places you will find hair where you've got a lot more to cut off. So next section. Again, if you're not sure on that angle, just place the edge of your comb, follow it out. If you want, you can just clip that out of the way, just so it's not going to fall on top. Again, there's my angle. And you will find yourself that you've got to twist in different ways to achieve this cut. So you will have to move around the head, turn yourself round a bit more to achieve that bend in the hair. So this next one, if we have a look, that points down ever so slightly a 90-degree angle there. And can you see we've taken that whole corner off there, which was there from our square layer before. So if we hold up one piece of hair here, one piece of hair here, that hair is the same length from there to there. Okay, so you're following that around. That's the sort of shape we want to create. Okay, so if I was to hold this, can you see? Got that circle coming in there, which is that round shape. So our next section, where do you think we're going to go next? If we're using an example from our last cuts, where do you think we're going to go?
Into, does it go back into a hot cross bun?
Yep, back into a hot cross bun now, because this is our guide. We're just following this now. So centre parting. So we've got part of our guide going from one side to the other. I'm just going to clip everything that's just behind the ears forward. We're not going to touch any of that just yet. So this is what we're going to end up with here. So we know that side we're going to have part of our guide, and this side we're going to have part of our guide. I'm going to section one side off just for now. Remember, we're following the head shape for this cut. All I'm doing is I'm just going to clip this out of the way because you'll find it easier to control the hair when you've only got one side to deal with. So we're going to pick up part of our guide here, part of our next section, okay? So you can split this right the way down if you want, and you can put another clip in there.
So are you working in like segments?
You can work in segments, or you could work in panels. You could work across the top and then the bottom. It's completely up to you. I'm going to show you the method that I think you're going to find easiest to control. Okay? So now we're working around here. You can see, if I use two combs, how that's going to sort of come out away from the head there. Okay? Everything is going to be at a 90-degree angle. So you need to be able to think, can I fit my little 90-degree box in there? Okay? Remember what a right angle looks like? It's the corner of a square. Okay? So picking this up, I'm going to start at the top here. So we can see, there's my angle, the 90 degrees. And you start to work around the head. So instead of me come straight back to the middle. I'm just going just slightly round. Can we see the guide coming in there?
Yeah.
There's our guide that we previously cut. And I'm just going to follow that. And again, you can clip this up and out of the way if you find that easier. So part of your guide and clip some of that away. So half that, so you haven't got so much hair in your hands to hold. There you go, there's our guide just there. Okay? Again, clip some out of the way. I think as long as you work methodically in this cut, you will be absolutely fine. Okay? So again, these bottom sections are where you really have to reach over the haircut. You see our guide? And then remember this bottom section you bring down ever so slightly for the neck going in. And you can see already that that is layered right the way to the bottom here, whereas our layers before used to stop a bit sort of mid-length, whereas this is a bit choppier right the way throughout the haircut. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come right the way over, and I'm going to start on my first section. So I can still see I'm coming out from the head again. Remember how I'm coming round. So again I've moved as I go round the head. As I come to the front, I will be standing at the side of the head. Okay? So can we see where our guide is in there? Can you see the guide just there? Yeah? Just so it's easier for us to cut. You'll see on shorter hair, in a lot of the demos, don't clip anything because there's not enough to clip out of the way. So what you'd start doing is start working round in sections, actually using your comb to section rather than clips as well. Here, so everyone else can see. Again, if you need to, you can use your comb to find out what your angle should be. Okay? Towards the end of this cut though, you will start naturally to realise where you should be for each cut. So can we see the difference between that side and that side layer-wise? Can you see that that comes in already rounder than what our previous cut does? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to section some of this out of the way now, so I haven't got to worry about that. Did anyone do any cutting over the holidays? You did, yeah? Anyone else? No? So again, part of our guide, part of our next section we're going to pick up. And we're going to start coming around this side of the head now. See our guide in there? And you're just going to work your way around. See our guide? Remember to manoeuvre your body So it is going to be slightly different in the way that you're going to work to your other cuts, because you're pretty stationary for the rest of the cuts you've done. So you can clip out of the way if you feel you need to. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine, but you need to make sure that your sectioning is very, very accurate and you're cross-checking, okay? So where's my section going to come up from now? Someone just want to come up and just point with an angle? No? So if we think, still 90 degrees, okay? You've got to think that your angles are still the same throughout this cut. It's still 90 degrees, whether it's there or there. You're looking at that gap there in between your comb, where you're lifting the hair up.
Don't get me near on the gap.
Okay, so what we're looking at, if I put my comb on the head here, we're looking at a 90 degree angle there. You see that's the right angle?
Yeah.
So there, the right angle. There is the right angle. Okay? So next section we're going to work on. So you don't need to take all of that section up. So there you go. What I'm looking for is that 90 degree angle there, that little box. You've got to imagine, can you fit a little tiny box in there? Okay? And again, through here. Can you see that I'm coming straight out away from the head? If you're unsure of your angle you're taking, just put your comb next to your section. That's going to tell you where you need to bring that out to. And you've always got your guide running through the middle there. So you always need to make sure your section's small enough so you can see your guide. If you can't see your guide, what does it mean?
Too big of a section.
Too big of a section. So just start your section again, go back, readjust, then go back and have a look. Okay? So we can see our guide. As you do more sections, your guide will become more solid. Okay? So again, last section through the side here. You're going to come in and you're coming up and out from the head. Can we see our guide from underneath? I'm standing just around here so you can see. If I was doing this myself, I would be standing here. Okay? I've just sectioned this a little bit out of the way just because it was quite a big section, that last one there. As you come to the side, you will start pulling out more to the sides towards you. Do you think that section you've taken, you need to be parallel to the section you've taken instead of coming to the middle? So you can see we've got a lot more movement in this cut, haven't we, than our last ones that we've done. So last section, there you go, that's where I'm bringing that out to. What you want to think about is almost like sun rays coming out of the sunshine. Okay? That's how you want it to look. If you were to get a polystyrene head and lots of kebab sticks and stick them in, they're the angles you want. Okay? It's a really good way of thinking about it. Even if you draw on your mirror in front of you, a round circle with sun rays, you know how you used to draw in primary school, coming out like that? That's giving you that 90-degree angle. To cross-check the length at the back here, what we're going to do is we're going to come in, bring our fingers through, out towards us, and